on pressuring him to commit to a decision before he is ready. Very, very true things about me. Taking his time energizes, taking his time, asking questions, support from others, stressors, sudden change in plans, etc. etc. Speaking, ask him to explain something in detail, etc. Working together, follow through on your commitments, introduce clear guidelines and rules, double check your work. Okay, and this is like, like how it rates my personality in risk averse versus risk tolerant. I am somewhat risk averse. I am more skeptical than trusting. I am more pragmatic than optimistic. I am more deliberate than fast paced. I believe more in the matter of fact than being expressive. I am more, collaborative, autonomous. I am, somewhat in the middle. I am somewhat more supporting than being dominant. Rate this personality, I would say it is mostly accurate. Most of the things mentioned over here are accurate about me. Okay, so this is how Crystal can assess my entire personality, guys. This is how cool this particular tool is, for knowing someone's personality. And I would very, very strongly recommend, try it out for yourself, guys. You would love this particular product. This is like, very, very good in trying to understand anyone's personality. If I go to crystalknows.com, I can find details about myself over here as well, and this is exactly the same as we saw on LinkedIn. And now comes the cooler part, guys. This is knowing about myself. But let's say I want to deal with someone and want to talk to someone, or maybe have a sales, like I want to sell something to someone. What I can do, I can search for that particular person over here and get to know about his personality or her personality as well via Crystal Knows. This is how cool it gets. Okay, what is the person I should search for? Who's the person? Let us take a random example. Let's say take Aman Gupta from Boatlet. If I have to, have a meeting with him, how should I approach it? And what is Aman Gupta's profile? Let me try to see if it is able to give me anything on that. It is not over here. I'll just go to Aman Gupta's profile first. Okay, we see him over here, Aman Gupta. Alright, this is Aman Gupta's profile, guys. What I'll do, I'll just copy his LinkedIn URL first and then go to Crystal Knows. Now I'll paste it over here. Once I paste it over here, I see Aman Gupta's profile pop up. I'll click over here and now see, guys, what happens. Okay, this is mine was, if you remember, it showed me, I was somewhat in the CS category. We'll see that again. But look at Aman's personality over here. Aman falls in the captain's category. Okay, you will be big picture driven and creative. He'll also be big picture driven but more factual and precise. Aditya, sell to Aman by connecting your shared, straightforward and direct approach while knowing that he'll probably favor facts over vanity metrics. Okay, so he'll prefer facts over vanity metrics. This is how I should sell to Aman Gupta. Let's say if I'm going for a funding round or something and I approach Aman Gupta, this is how I should be approaching, and this is the power that Crystal gives us. Okay, and like it can give me personality details, like there's something called DISC, in which D stands for assertive, confident and hardworking. So this is where Aman falls in the DISC thing. Okay, that was me. This was Aditya Goenka. This was me. D is 2%, I is 5%, S is 33% and C is 60%, and this is how it looks for Aman Gupta. He is mostly D, assertive, confident and hardworking, and the rest is very minimalistic in him. So we are kind of very, very complementary with each other when it comes to the DISC map. Okay, and this is where we are in terms of mapping. I fall somewhat over here and he falls somewhat over there. Now Crystal will also be able to tell me how different are we in terms of all of these personality traits. Okay, Aman is much more risk tolerant than I am. Aman is more skeptical than I am. Aman is a little more optimistic than I am. Aman is more fast paced than I am. Aman is more expressive than I am. He is more collaborative than I am. He is more dominant than I am. So this is how, our personality traits lie with each other. like in respect to each other. And then going to behavior, speaking up to get everyone back on topic in a meeting. Someone digresses from a meeting, so Aman would be the one who brings everyone back on topic. Feeling anxious about someone else making decisions on his behalf, saying something bluntly without details, getting angsty if a conversation lasts too long. Aditya will likely appreciate Aman taking the lead if Aman takes time to explain why decisions are being made. Okay, so this is the relationship that can be built between me and Aman. This is the personality comparison between me and him. Okay, I clicked somewhere, sorry. Alright, let me go back. Okay, yeah, here we were. Yeah. Now coming to strengths, comfortably assuming ownership and responsibility over results, committing to decisions quickly, directly stating thoughts and opinions, having a high tolerance for risk and bold decisions. These would be the strengths. Blind spots, using a very goal-oriented approach that might ignore important details, may have trouble accepting another person's authority, may work too quickly through important decisions, working with a sense of urgency that may cause others unnecessary stress. So these are some details that we got about Aman just from the free version of this particular tool. If you want more premium content, Crystal will tell you how I can make a great first impression with Aman. Make an effort to focus the conversation around these particular lines. This somewhat falls in the premium content. Building trust, don't be afraid to disagree. Product demo, skip small talk and jump right into the demo. Negotiation, challenge both parties to come up with a better solution. Pricing, compare your pricing with your competitors. How to drive Aman to take action, offer to do the prep work for him. Following up, resist the temptation to apologize for being assertive. Quick meeting tips, tell us the meeting tips as well, and it will help you in making a sales pitch as well. Writing style, how to write an email to Aman, avoid being overly detailed, make it very, very short. Writing to Aman, get personality based suggestions to write an effective message to Aman. Captain, paste a message to get suggestions for Aman, like I am looking to partner, help me with in the marketing and branding front, let's say. I have made it very, very short. I just wanted to show you an example. So over here, once you are over here, if you type your message over here, you can basically get suggestions from Crystal Knows on what exactly you need to do in order to make your email better. Then team roles as well, how Aman Gupta works as a leader, etc. Playbooks, what are the playbooks you can use with, and you can build a playbook for yourself as well. Some of these are premium, but let's say if you're working in B2B sales or even B2C sales, like if you think that Crystal is something that will help you in improving your sales, because I strongly feel like I started using Crystal on a very regular basis now in order to understand whoever I am meeting. Let's say I'm meeting someone from Dr. Reddy's, from HUL, from any company basically, and let's say if I want to have a meeting with him, I should be knowing more details about that person, how I can build a rapport with him, because first impression matters a lot. You all would agree, right? First impression matters a lot. So in order to build a good first impression, I should be having some details about the other person in order to build a good rapport with them. So this is where Crystal would be very, very important. And this is where you can use Crystal for your job hunting as well. You can like let's say if you are reaching out to a founder or a HR or anyone, if you know the personality of the other person, you would be in a much better position than the other peers who are applying for this particular job position with you. So this is the power of this particular tool, guys. Use it to the fullest, and that's it for this particular lecture. I'll see you in the next one.